Welcome to TTMCast One-on-One with Jeff Baker. Every Wednesday, we'll bring one-on-one interviews with hobby professionals, former athletes, authors, and collectors. Sponsored by Certified Sports Guarantee. Go to csgcards.com for sports card grading for the win. And by sportscollectorsdaily.com. If it happens in the hobby, you'll find it on sportscollectorsdaily.com. And sponsored by GemRate.com. The latest grading statistic from the 4 major grading companies is just a click away. Visit GemRate.com. It's free. Sponsored by CollX, the free app for scanning and valuing your cards. Use the app to build your collection and buy and sell with other collectors. Turn the hobby into your side hustle. And now, here's our host, Jeff Baker.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to TTMCast One-on-One, everyone's best podcast for cards and collecting on Wednesday. It is Wednesday, September 27th. My name is Jeff Baker, talking to you from Boston, Massachusetts, and joined by my friend and co-host from Arlington. Arlington, Texas. That's Arlington, Texas voice. His name's Drew Pelto. He is DFW Grapher on YouTube, on Twitter, which is now X, but we still call it Twitter, right, Drew?
Yeah.
On Instagram. He is the man. He just posted a new video the other day. Make sure you check that out. Hey, Drew.
Hello. How's it going?
Very, very good. I think we'll have a nice compact show today. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we got stuff going on, but we can put it all together pretty well.
Yep. If it doesn't happen today, you know what? We'll have it on our Saturday show. We do shows every Wednesday, new shows every Wednesday, every Saturday. Today, Wednesday, we have Ted Mann, who is co-founder and CEO of CollX. CollX has a brand new feature on their app, and it is using AI, and it's really cool. So we're going to talk to Ted about what's happening at CollX. That is coming up a little later. I just want to remind everyone about our friends at CollX. If you want to get $10, a free $10 coupon in their marketplace, all you have to do, what do you have to do? Let them know what they have to do.
Just send your name, your email address, your CollX name, that kind of good stuff there on over to us at ttmcast@yahoo.com, and we'll send it on over to CollX.
And CollX will send you $10, and you can buy it and use it in their marketplace. Drew used his $10 the other day. I've been using my $10, so pretty cool. It's very easy to use. Check it out. Guys, we are looking for items for Les to give his opinion on, to appraise, quote unquote, because it's not a true appraisal, but it's in his opinion, and he likes to give you that. We'll give you a value and authenticity opinion on your autograph. So send that to us with a picture and a description, as many pictures as you can, to us at
ttmcast@yahoo.com.
Yeah, and we'll kind of need those by like noon on Thursday, okay, guys? So if we need anything by noon on Thursday. If I get it after that, we'll just put it for our next month. So I've got 3 or 4 things already, but if you have something that you'd like Les to do an appraisal for, send it on us, over to us. We will take care of it. Just some house cleaning, guys. I want to remind everyone to check out my weekly article on TTMing and autographs in Sports Collectors Daily. It's posted usually every Tuesday, right, Drew? Every Tuesday,
Yep.
Just about. Make sure you check that out. On the TTM return front, I finally got off the schneid. I got a return from Eric Dickerson, which was I'm very happy for. I got a 1986 Topps card back from him in less than 10 days for, I sent the $10 donation, but it was a really quick turnaround. I was very happy about that.
That's always good. I've been planning for a while, talking about, getting a hold of one of his rookie cards, sending that one off. Haven't done it yet, so glad to see that he's still responding pretty quickly.
Yeah, really quickly. Also, on eBay, I picked up a 1958 Topps All-Star card of Nellie Fox. Nellie Fox passed away, guys, in 1975 at the age of, I think he was 42 or 43 or something like that. So he didn't have a lot of time to sign cards, right? He wasn't really a huge autograph guy, and he didn't make the Hall of Fame until I think 1999, right, Drew?
Yeah, that's sounds about right. It was definitely late 90s.
Late 90s. So he was I needed that card for my subset. There's 21 cards in the set, and now I have all of them, but just 3 I need. Not too bad that I need. I need Ted Williams, Willie Mays, and Mickey Mantle.
Well, you got your work cut out for you there, then, I guess.
I know. You know what? I've seen many Mickey Mantles. There are many Mickey Mantles out there that are signed. So if I want to cough up money, I can get a Mickey Mantle. I've seen a few Ted Williams, and Ted Williams signed a lot of stuff. So Ted Williams signed a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping I can get a Ted Williams for a pretty good number. And then Willie Mays is still with us, but I haven't really seen a 1958 All-Star Willie Mays card signed. So I'm sure they're out there. So it's not
so. I mean,
it's
there's
not
got to be
impossible, right?
Yeah, I mean, they got to be somewhere out there. I mean, the fact is, I mean, Mays is in his 90s. He's been signing forever. He did the show circuit for decades. So there's got to be something out there from that set.
Right. Okay. So I'm looking for, if you guys have a 1958 Topps All-Star card of Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, or Ted Williams, and you got one that you want to get rid of, and it doesn't have to be in a Gem Mint 10. I don't, as long as the 5 or 6, there's no creases in it, and the autograph is authenticated, I'm good with that. I'm interested in either purchasing or maybe making a trade. I got all sorts of tons of autograph cards. I got tons of rookie cards. I'm sure we can work out. I'm sure I have something that you need.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, I know you've got a lot. There's got to be something. There's got to be some deal you can work with something.
I know we can work something out. So if you have anything, let me know. Also, I'm going to the Red Sox and Rays game today. I don't know who's going to be in Autograph Alley or if anyone's going to be there. It is the last home game of the season. We're going to put this season to bed. Thankfully, it has been a tough season for my Red Sox, and I'm glad it's over. And unfortunately, I don't get to see Wander Franco. When I got these tickets way back in March, I was really thrilled that I got to go see Wander Franco again. But alas, something happened. We'll just say something happened, right, Drew?
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. There's doings are transpiring there.
Yeah, he ain't playing. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's ever going to play again. You think he's going to play again?
It's not looking good. I mean, unless he gets completely vindicated somehow in this, I don't see it happening.
All right, ready? Who's going to
Yeah.
play first, Wander Franco or Nick Chubb?
Ooh, that's a tough one there. I think, wow. Well, okay, Chubb, it seems like only has one torn ligament and one pulled ligament. So it's not as severe as I was expecting. So I'm going to say Chubb.
Wow, that's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sad. Well, how's your week going so far? We're only got a couple days, but how's your week going so far, buddy?
Going decent. Got a bid in on eBay on a card that I need for one of my hockey sets. So I'm
you want to say who?
Nope.
You want to say no?
Nope. I don't need anyone going in there and outbidding me or jacking up the price on me to screw me over on it. I mean, for the good thing, it's not a tough one at all. It's a guy who he only played very briefly in the NHL, got a couple of cards, and unfortunately he's in one of the sets I'm working on. And I'm sure anybody who really wanted to go and look it up right now on my site. But yeah, the guy does not TTM at all. I've already tried him TTM once and didn't get anything back. The autograph that I saw up there on eBay is it's not the best ever. It definitely bubbled a lot there, but it at least adds to my set. It's a good placeholder until I can get a decent one. So I'm hoping I'm able to win out on that one.
Yeah, so, my Nellie Fox, Drew, it was up there for 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, so I took a shot and I let it sit there for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then on Saturday I reached out to the seller and I said, "What's your drop dead number? What number can you live with?" And he sent me a number, and it was a little less than he originally had it listed for. And I said, "You know what? I'm not going to find another one."
Yeah.
And I bit.
And this one, fortunately, I mean, it's cheap up there because number one, it's a guy that nobody's ever heard of, and number two, the autograph does not look great on it. But yeah, I'll take it. I'm just hoping. I just got to wait for the auction to run out there and grab that one, hopefully. So got that so far, and went to the Mariners and Rangers game on Sunday with the Aubrey, and yeah, I got to go try to get the Mariners beforehand. They didn't take batting practice, but I did at least have the pitchers throwing in the outfield. Just barely missed getting George Kirby. He was signing for everybody, but I was kind of way back in line when they opened the doors, so it took me a little while to get in. And once I got down there, I literally got there just as he was walking away, so I missed him. But I did get Bryce Miller, who was their number one prospect for a while at one point this year, and started the season Double-A. He's up to the majors now, and he signed the last 2 cards I had of him. So happy to get those done at least, even if I didn't add anything to my sets or miss out on George Kirby like that. But really can't complain too much. I mean, I wasn't really expecting to do a whole lot. And originally, I wasn't even planning on taking Bryce Miller cards with me. I was just going to stick to the Heritage stuff. And it's like, I got him. I might as well throw him in the book there. So got those 2.
How was the game?
It was the Rangers ended up winning 9-8, but the Rangers got 9 runs on 8 hits, and that stuff doesn't happen in the playoffs. And so I mean, you don't get as many walks and hit by pitches and all that as they end up getting taking advantage of there.
Yep.
So I think they're in for a rude awakening come October. At least that's what I'm hoping is going to happen because I have real issues with the Rangers organization. But yeah, it was. I mean, aside from that, that was a pretty good game. I mean, it was. I think it was like a 7-2 game at one point. The Mariners came back and made it 7-6. So played from behind there from about the fourth inning onward, but made a game of it at least.
Mariners might be good next year. They have a lot of young pitching. So. They have pretty good young hitters. They might be good next year.
Yeah, I think they really need to improve the pitching a bit. But I mean, like you just said, they've got a lot of young pitchers there. You get another year under Kirby's belt. I mean, he was an all-star this year in his first full major league season.
Yeah,
got a guy like Bryce Miller coming up there. Logan Gilbert. You've got a couple nice arms out of the bullpen there with like Isaiah Campbell has been called up and put out there.
Munoz is good.
Yeah, Munoz. So I think they've got a lot there. They're just maybe a year away from contending, and that is going to make for a very interesting division out there in the American League West. As long as the Astros can keep up what they've done the last few years, as long as the Rangers can stay healthy, which has killed them this year, and as long as the Mariners players keep on developing the way they thought they would.
Yeah, and you would think the Angels are going to falter, especially if they lose Ohtani. But you know, if you have Ohtani and Trout for the whole year, then they're a formidable team, right?
Yeah, the Angels are the Angels. I just cannot figure out half the time what they're trying to do there. So I think they're a team that's going to be, you know, they're always going to be the flashy one out there in the West that is all sizzle and no steak, unfortunately. And even if they bring back Ohtani, I think I'd see the same thing happening because, I mean, how long have they had Ohtani and Trout together? Haven't done a damn thing.
Right. No, they won't have Ohtani on the mound next year, definitely.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. All right, bud. Well, we are closing out baseball. We've got week 3 in NFL is in the books. Your Cleveland Browns look good. My Patriots finally got a win. Yep. Boy, the Dolphins look good, huh?
That was a surprise there. Jeez. I mean, that's 70 first time since 1966 that somebody's put up 70 points.
70 points.
Honestly, I hope they would find some way to kick a meaningless field goal in there just to tie the NFL record for points.
Yeah, that was good. They look great. So football season's good. We had the first exhibition hockey. I watched the Bruins and Rangers on Sunday. So we got hockey's right around the corner, my friend.
It is. Yeah, watched a little bit of preseason game last night. They're between the Avs and the Golden Knights. But, yeah.
Nice, and then basketball will start soon. So we're in the best time for sports, and then we got college football's going well, and college basketball will be right behind it. So all sorts of cool stuff going on. Yes. All right, buddy. I think we got everything, all our housekeeping in order. Let's do batting leadoff.
All right, batting leadoff. It is Hobby Happening.
Woo!
Let's get the show started. Leading off, we look at hobby happenings.
Smart collectors turn to Sports Collectors Daily to stay up to date. From new releases to incredible collections hitting the auction block, news from inside the business of sports collectibles, and much more, Sports Collectors Daily has it, all with no subscription cost. SC Daily also delivers a live look at the most watched sports card auctions on eBay for every sport. Sign up to get the headlines in your email for free, or just visit the website whenever you like. With 16,000 stories in the archive going back 16 years, there is always plenty to read at sportscollectorsdaily.com.
We love Hobby Happenings. So Hobby Happenings is kind of what's been going on in the hobby last couple days since we had our last show. We have a court win, I'll say, for Panini, right? Would you say this is a win for Panini?
It is so far, yes. It's. I mean, it seemed all very sudden for that whole thing with WWE trying to put that temporary restraining order on there. And I remember just reading through some of the stuff that was being posted by Paul Lesko about it. I thought there's no way that Panini is going to lose at least the temporary restraining order, and yeah, they have. They end up winning it.
Yeah, the judge denied the WWE's desire to halt Panini from selling WWE cards and I don't know, with merchandise, right? Because they can sell, they sell a bunch of stuff. So that's a good win for Panini. So it's they denied WWE's restraining order, I guess. So they're gonna at least for now, Panini can sell WWE cards, and they can't. WWE can't go over to Fanatics just yet. So it's a win for Panini. For sure, they have to chalk up a few wins here before it starts looking good for them.
Yeah, this is a short-term win, and it's still. I mean, all it does is it puts a restraining order, or it doesn't. It makes sure there is no restraining order on it, but it still will eventually end up going to trial, which may take a couple of years. So Panini can continue making cards, but this is going to be at their own risk, because if they lose a regular civil trial, they'll be on the hook for some heavy liabilities there if they are found to be in violation of that contract between them. So
Right. They'll be sitting on a lot of
it's
inventory too, right?
right, yeah, they do have a lot of inventory, a lot of stuff planned coming up. So yeah, I'm not sure what Panini's decision is going to be, what they're going to exactly do on this, but it's just something to keep under consideration. That yes, Panini can still continue with what they've been doing. However, there still is a court case to go along with that. And I actually have a little bit of other court news as well related to Panini here that I
Oh,
just saw
please.
from 15 minutes ago. Paul Lesko, who I mentioned just a moment ago, posted that in the Panini versus what he calls Panini versus Fanatics and a bunch of former Panini employees lawsuit. It was the very first one that was established back in April, I believe, is when Panini filed that one. There is going to be the defendants, which is Fanatics and the former employees, have put in a motion to dismiss. And there's going to be a hearing set for that on November 14th. So there's a little bit of, once again, some doings are transpiring right there among in that one. But still about 6 weeks away before that happens. But it's limited to a 1 hour hearing on that motion. So it's going to be a pretty quick decision on it there. And to me, it would seem like if there's only a 1 hour, that it's probably going to end up getting denied. But I'm far from a legal expert on that. But it's something to keep an eye on. We're starting to get some movement in that one.
Yeah, some movement. That's nice. You know what? I think movement is good for all parties involved.
I can't hear you right now.
I feel the movement is going to be good for all parties involved. All right, Drew, we have some cool news from eBay.
We do indeed. Over 1 million cards have passed through their authenticity guarantee program now. And I mean, that's a fairly recent thing. They've started up there in the last couple of years there. So kind of cool to see that they're that active with it, that's gone that well to have 1 million cards go through.
Yeah, I think that's good for the hobby.
Anything that can help verify authenticity, whether it's an autograph or whether it's a card, anything like that, always good to have extra eyes and extra methods of making sure that what you're getting is good.
Well, Drew, we have some auction news. REA auction September auction results. They had over 3,600 lots with 73,000 bids for $1.7 million in sales. So there's a lot of cool stuff that was sold, including a 1952 SGC 2.5 mantle, which sold for $49,200. A 1954 Wilson Franks Ted Williams, which was an SGC 5, sold for $23,400. And a signed 1968 Mickey Mantle PSA 6 sold for $16,800. So, Drew, I don't think you and I are going to be owning a 52 mantle anytime soon.
Probably not. That's just a little bit outside my price range right there. But I mean, it's always good to see even the low grade mantles like that still fetching some nice money right there.
Very good.
Got some news from Sotheby's auctions as well. They have a 1972 Wilt Chamberlain Lakers finals jersey up for auction. It has already hit $4 million right now. That one is ending a little bit later on today, so you may have a little bit of time, depending on when you're listening to this, to scrape together your $5 million to go and put a bid in on that one. But $4 million right now. We'll have a full sale price on that here for our Saturday show, as that one's going to be ending just later on today.
We will. Drew, we have some grading numbers from our friends at GemRate.
We do indeed got some most recent full week of September here, the 18th through the 24th. PSA numbers down a little bit, 17% drop for them, 261,100 cards getting graded by them. SGC seeing a nice bump in their numbers, 19% increase to 32,800. Beckett, 17,100 cards graded. That is an 18% increase. And once again, no numbers here from a CGC, but as soon as we have anything, we'll definitely let everyone know.
Drew, we have some new releases. We got a hockey release and some basketball as well, and some baseball. 2022-23 Upper Deck SPX Hockey Hobby Boxes. You get one pack of 5 cards, so it's a high-end product, right? You get one auto for $125. 2023-23 Upper Deck SPX Hockey for $125.
For you prospectors out there, the 2023 Topps Chrome McDonald's All-American Basketball Hobby Box is coming out. You see 20 packs with 4 cards per pack, 80 cards total right there, 2 autographs per box. That'll run you $160.
Drew, coming out on the 29th, that's Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have the 2022-23 Panini Contenders Optic Basketball NBA. You get 6 cards and 1 autograph, and those are going for about $360. That's 2022-23 Panini Contenders Optic for $360.
We've been talking a lot about a Panini Mosaic lately, and the Mosaic Football Choice box is out right now. In there, you're going to see 10 packs of 15 cards, 2 autographs in there. $390 will be your price tag on that.
We have first off the lines from Panini that are out available now. First off the line, Panini Black 2023 football. You get 5 cards. Those are going for about $700. First off the line, Panini Black 2023 football for $700.
And our other first off the line is Panini Select Baseball. You're going to see 5 packs of 12 cards, 60 cards total right there, 2 autographs and 2 memorabilia cards in each box. Again, that's a first off the line offering, so they've usually got some really cool stuff in there. It'll run you $350.
Very cool, Drew. Well, that wraps up Hobby Happenings. Of course, we will have all the hobby news on Saturday in Baker's Dozen, so make sure you listen to us on Saturday. But today, we have an interview with Ted Mann. Ted Mann is co-founder and CEO of CollX. CollX, of course, is a sponsor of our program, but CollX has a brand new feature in their app, and it's using AI, and it's really cool. So we talked to Ted about what's going on in CollX and talk to him, I don't know, some of the things that they have planned. So please enjoy my interview with Ted Mann from CollX.
It's football season. There's no better time to get your NFL stars, rookies, and veteran cards graded. CGC Cards offers fast turnaround times, so you get your cards back even faster. They have crystal clear holders, so your cards shine. And best yet, all starting at just $12 a card. Head to cgccards.com to start grading your cards today. This week's interview is brought to you by Certified Sports Guarantee, csgcards.com for superior sports card certification and grading.
This segment is sponsored by CollX, the free app for scanning and cataloging your cards. Buy or sell cards on the marketplace. Turn the hobby into your side hustle today. All right, guys, we have a very special guest today. We have Ted Mann. He is co-founder and CEO of CollX. CollX obviously is one of our sponsors. We appreciate their support. And we like to check in with Ted every once in a while to see what's going on in CollX. And he's got all sorts of cool things going on in the app, including a new AI feature. So welcome, Ted.
Thanks for having me back, Jeff. First of all, can I just, I'm going to maybe mess a little bit with your agenda, but I just want to tell you, you created a monster with my son at the National this year. He's been going off of this, he's been writing letters, requesting autographs for, I don't know, like 2 months now. He's like,
awesome. How's he doing?
He has not yet gotten anything.
Really?
But I guess he just got started. We need to give it a little bit of time. But he's committed to the process.
All right. You know what, Ted? Have him call me. All right, offline, and I'll talk to him. And I'll give him some tips.
Okay. You gave him great tips at the show. We even posted that as a video.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. Good. That's
super cool.
I love to get kids started. And one of the, we're off the rails already, but one of the things about our hobby and one thing that I really am a proponent of is getting young kids involved. And I know you guys are too. Because if we don't have young kids involved, then our hobby is going to die. And it's great, when you go to shows and you see young kids collecting cards and trading, and they've got the cases. And I love when young kids are collecting.
I do too, and I genuinely do. I mean, I started this business, CollX, in part because of my boys wanting help looking up the values of their cards. Nevertheless, of late, I'm just like I was saying, like, be careful what you create. Like, just like you created a monster with Gus in the autograph. I feel like I've created a monster with my kids and like buying and selling cards. Of late, this is all they're doing online. They used to do it all in the schoolyard. Now it's all shifted to the CollX marketplace, and I dare say also eBay. They're doing both, and it's nonstop. It's nonstop.
That's good. They've got the.
I mean, they've got.
There's 10,000 worse things that they can be into, right? So
they're definitely learning about money, and they're learning how to look up values.
Yeah.
I think we make it a little easier in CollX, but on eBay, they're like, futzing with all the filters and trying to kind of get to the right answer. So they're definitely learning quite a bit. But let's just say that I am getting nagged on the daily. Like, Dad, can I just have another $10? I'm like, no. The way this works is you sell $10 worth of cards to be able to buy the next 10.
That's right.
Go list a few more.
Fund the beast, right? You have to fund your own beast. which my wife.
But it's great because
also
they're like they're shipping car. Like Charlie comes into our office because we have we have a Rollo and a Dymo printer here, so he comes in the office and he just like prints out his labels all day. He's shipping them and making the money and rolling it into his next Grail card purchase. And it's pretty
you know
fun.
what? When you started this app and it's CollX is available for free to download in the Apple App Store as well as Google Play. Did you expect to have 200 million cards listed in your app?
It's actually way higher than that at this point. I don't know. I don't know what I expected.
Yeah, it's just
a lot.
a runaway train,
cards.
right? It's taken a life of its own.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of
in a good way.
Just like describing with the kids, like it's like you know, I have created some kind of like some kind of runaway train here, and for better or worse. And yeah, no, it's the CollX Marketplace and the whole app has just become a pretty cool, vibrant community. People getting to know one another, like sharing advice and tips and tricks and doing deals and all that. It's great. I mean, it's a super fun hobby to work in.
What surprised you most about the marketplace now that it's been up and running for a little while? Is there anything that surprised you about the marketplace itself?
I think the thing I wasn't sure would really work is people bundling cards together, like adding multiple cards to a deal. And a lot of users honestly still don't know that you can do that, because I think we've all been so conditioned on eBay and other sites that you just
there's one card and you buy it,
right?
Or you make a bid on it.
I always like to remind people of this, but I've also I monitor the numbers really carefully. We look at like what is the average order value. The average order value in CollX, just for whatever it's worth, is actually it's like $20, right? So we're not talking about super high-end cards. But even more interesting, I think, is that the number of cards in the average transaction, it's like average like 3.5 cards per transaction. So it's like what we're seeing is that most people are doing deals, buying multiple cards at once. And the reason to do that is, I think, obvious. It's like, you're going to cut down on shipping costs,
right,
and tax and all that. But it's, yeah, it is. Before we launched the checkout experience and what we call the marketplace, we weren't sure if people would do that as much because we actually weren't seeing evidence of it prior, because we had the ability for you to, kind of like negotiate before we had checkout. But now that we're seeing that checkout is live, we're seeing that that's actually happening quite a bit, which is cool. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, and I mean, $20 a transaction is still pretty good. I bet.
But the point is, it's a lot of $2, $5 cards, right? Which I've always wanted that to be part of the experience, because I think selling a $2 or $5 card on eBay is kind of tough.
Cumbersome.
Right?
It's cumbersome.
Oh, and the oftentimes doesn't even make sense, right? Because the shipping is going to be more than the work.
Right, and the eBay fees and whatever, it's for both the buyer and the seller, it doesn't make much sense.
Right. So I think if we can really continue to make that sing, I think it's going to open up the secondary card market to a whole bunch of people who have lower value cards, but they still have worth, and this gives you a much more efficient way to be able to buy and sell.
Well, one of the newest features you've added to the app is AI, which is artificial intelligence. Is a button right there. And why don't you explain to people how it works and how it came about becoming a reality?
Sure. I'm so psyched that I loved seeing that you were using CollX AI, Jeff. That was neat. Yeah. So basically, this came about for us because like anybody else in the hobby, we're constantly researching cards, trying to get answers, and we're all technology guys, so we started playing around with ChatGPT earlier this year, and we're pretty pleasantly surprised at how good ChatGPT was just out of the box, vanilla GPT-4 with trading card information. So we were like, this seems pretty cool. Like, we could offer this up to our users. I mean, you can of course go straight to ChatGPT, but what if we gave you a really quick and easy path to being able to do it within CollX? Wouldn't that be cool? And so we actually rigged up an initial prototype, and it was cool. But then we realized, oh my God, ChatGPT doesn't know all these other things about cards. It doesn't know about, really recent modern cards, especially from the last few years. It doesn't know all kinds of other things that have happened in the last couple of years, like new players, new wonderful trading card apps that have come out. Like it had no knowledge of that. So as well as like pricing and other stuff. So we ended up basically building a kind of a version of ChatGPT, still using OpenAI's underlying infrastructure, but we built a bunch of essentially like knowledge bases, ran them through the GPT-4 index to be able to kind of like layer them into the experience, so that if you ask a question about like CollX or about, you know, a 2023 card, you know, you'll still get a great answer.
Right. Well, what was neat is like I added a bunch of cards the other day, and so I added a 1979 Carlton Fisk card. So I click on the AI button, which is right there on the screen, and it's very easy to use. You click on it, and it tells you a little about the card, tells you a little about Carlton Fisk's career, and then it kind of gives you kind of an overview of since Carlton Fisk was retired. It was really just a neat summary, but it just doesn't do Carlton Fisk. You know, pick a guy like Stan Pappy, who played 3 seasons with the Red Sox and the Tigers. It'll give you Stan Pappy's 1979 bio and what happened to him. And it's really neat because I don't know about you as a collector, but I always, when I was collecting, especially if it was something that I didn't know about, I always wanted to know, well, what happened to this guy? What did he do during this season? Why was he featured in a card? And you know, I love the cup of coffee guys, you know.
Yeah, and you can ask it anything. So we have that button on the card details, but what I love is when people start to really just test it and like kind of go in different directions. You know, I've seen a lot of people posting on social media and all like the screenshots of like questions about shipping and questions about you know, how do you condition a card, or how do you determine the grade, or what are the best things to look for. It's you know, I mean, the opportunities are endless. Where I'm really excited for this to go is to figure out how can you extend it, right? How
Yeah,
can
so I
you
was going to ask you, what's kind of the next step of AI? Because it's fairly rudimentary, right? It's not. It gives you exactly what it gives you exactly what you're looking for, but it doesn't go to that next step and think for itself, right? Is that the next step?
So really, it's I hope I'm not getting too technical, but it's really sort of like prompting, right? I've heard people say like prompting is going to be like the next, you know, profession. You know, it's like figuring out how to write the right prompts or ask the right. It's basically asking the right questions, just like you.
Right. No, it'd be nice, Ted, if it gave you suggestions. If you were you asked questions on a Carlton Fisk card, but it also said, well, there's 73 Carlton Fisk cards for sale on the marketplace, and here's the top 3 buys or bargains against total, current values.
Well, we can totally do that, right? And
I know you can.
Linking to the search and all is like, I mean, that's a given that'll happen. But where I think it gets even more interesting is like when it's proactively reaching out to you to say, hey, Jeff, Carlton Fisk cards are spiking because, you know, this, you know, he just died or whatever, you know, God forbid. That's where it gets really interesting is like, if all of a sudden CollX AI can sort of proactively like make some recommendations or suggest things to you, like,
right? It's going to change the way people collect, right? It's going to change the way people search and purchase cards and collect cards, because again, it's a proactive as opposed to everything's coming from the user into the system. Well, now the system's giving back to the user,
and we see our users already asking it to like, you know, hey, can you monitor all my cards, and when when something starts selling for over this amount, can you automatically list them for sale? It's like,
right, kind of like they do with stocks, right? They do that with stocks now, so that you set a buy rated stocks and sell rated stocks. You can do that with cards. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure we'll get there. I mean, I think that's where it gets really kind of cool and interesting. And I think, you know, especially once the AI starts to learn what you like, what your preferences, what your interests, what teams you like. I think if it can start to like, you know, be a little bit more proactive and saying, hey, this amazing card just hit the market, and I think you're going to like it because you have these other cards in your collection with this search history or whatever. It's pretty
right.
Cool.
As opposed to your iPhone serving up ads in a freaky way that you know, how did you know I wanted to go on a trip and you're serving up ads to me as a trip? This is more of like, this is stuff that you want.
But it's even good for, I mean, honestly, even if I have a question now, I like about cards, at least, I don't even bother with Google. I just go straight to CollX AI. I get the answer much faster. So like for example, I'll give you a stupid example. With my son was trying to use CollX app to look up one of his modern parallel cards the other day, and we didn't have an image of the parallel, so the visual search didn't actually, which happens. So I was like, okay, you do a text search, and so he does a text search and he sees all the list of cards, but there's like all these kind of, you know, some of the parallel names are like, just like, what does that even mean? You know, it's like a hyper schmiper and a, you know, neon.
Yeah.
Magenta. And so like, he's like, I have no idea what it is. Like, I don't know which one it is. And I'm like, well, let's look at the number. And so we look on the back and the number it's numbered to 75. And so I was like, oh damn, but I don't know which corresponds with which. Pause beat. Let's try that on CollX AI. Let's see if it can. And we got an answer, and immediately was able to kind of correctly identify his card. So I think it can, you know, anything, any question you might have about cards at all. You know, how do you identify what a the difference between a Topps Tiffany and a regular base? You can ask those kinds of questions, and it'll give you great answers.
Right, and the AI is only bundled right now with CollX Pro. And why don't you just explain to our listeners what's the difference between CollX Pro and the regular CollX, the free app that's available? And
well, the app will always be free. Pro is a sort of like a tier, a subscription tier that you can get. It's, you know, thus far been power user features like exporting your collection, printing your checklists, you know, getting your cards featured in the marketplace. And so we bundled in a couple new features, including CollX AI. We also have a new feature called CollX Pro Perks, which is a whole bunch of like really great discounts for our from a bunch of partners. So discounts, coupon codes, and stuff like that from all sorts of great companies in the hobby, like Zion Cases and one memorabilia, you know, so on. So yeah, so we charge $10 a month for CollX Pro. We're going to keep building on it. We're going to build actually a lot more pro features because we've seen that, you know, really, you know, once people scan in thousands, tens of thousands of cards in their collection, there's a lot more functionality that they're ultimately looking for.
Right, that they need to use it to get to that next level. Yeah,
so there's a lot more coming with CollX Pro, but it's you know, I think it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we can have a way to make it accessible to users, maybe on a trial basis. We don't have that yet, but we're thinking it'd be fun to let people try out CollX AI so they can see how great it is and how useful it is before they commit to paying.
What are some of the other additions, you know, additional features that you guys are planning for the CollX app?
Yeah, so outside of the pro stuff, we have a brand new search experience coming to the app. I'm our biggest critic of our current search. Like, I think it's really doesn't work that well. So we're gonna revamp all of search. I believe that should be coming out. I don't know when this is gonna air, but probably by the beginning of October, you'll see it live in the App Store. We have some great partnerships as part of that. So we've partnered with Cardboard Connection, Topps Rep. So in addition to bringing in the, you know, cards for sale, the database results, you're also going to see Cardboard Connection results, and we'll have even a quick way to do CollX AI through search as well. So I'm really excited about that. It's been a long time coming, and should be just. You'll also, when you search for cards, you'll be able to filter and say, I only want to see rookie cards, patch cards, you know, graded, not, you know, mint condition, whatever. Makes finding the kind of cards you're looking for a whole heck of a lot easier.
You know, I forgot to tell you, I spoke with a gentleman that I actually met in your booth at the National this year, and we're going to play his interview in a week or so. Alan from Waxstat.
Oh, cool! Yeah, oh, that's great.
So he was a great interviewer, and I thank you for hooking us up. And guys, if you haven't gone to Waxstat, what a great site, huh?
I love it. I love it. You know, it's a great place to go to get, like, just like you go to CollX to get the prices for single cards. Waxstat is like basically the current market prices for sealed wax. It's awesome. It's a really cool business.
Ted, I've been
excited
be
to work
remiss
with them.
to not promote and thank you for what we've been offering since you guys joined us as a sponsor. Is you guys are giving $10, a $10 credit to the CollX marketplace to any TTMcast listener. All you have to do is sign up for CollX. You just go on the CollX app on Apple or Google Play, get your CollX name, username, send it to us, and you guys send off a $10 credit that the guys can use in any marketplace. It's been a huge success. I think that's I think I want to thank on behalf of all listeners. I think they really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. And we may have a way to sweeten that even more. We're about to, I think, roll out some additional ways that you can earn credit on the app. So, free money to be able to go buy cards. So we'll have more on that. Just follow us on social media or sign up for the app, and you should get news about some of the other ways that we're gonna.
Very cool. Ted, anything else you want to add before I let you go?
Say again.
Anything you want to add before I let you go? Did we miss anything?
No, this is great. Thank you so much, Jeff. It's CollX free App Store, Google Play. Totally free. Go download it now.
Yeah, make sure you can sign up for the CollX Pro and use the AI feature, which it's so much fun. It's just like a rabbit hole. All you do is you get in it and like, oh no, help me. I cursed Ted when he showed it to me because I'm like, great, that's all I need to do is spend more time on my phone playing baseball cards, right?
Oh, it's totally a rabbit hole. I mean, I can't tell you how many cards I have bought just because, like, I read the book on the '86 Mets, The Bad Guys Won. I was like, I need to get all these cards. I need all their rookie cards. And so I'm like, CollX AI.
I know, isn't it funny? You're watching a game and somebody will mention somebody and like, geez, I don't have his card. You go on the CollX app and you like, oh, I get these cards for great money. So CollX is fun. You can purchase cards through their marketplace. You can sell cards through their marketplace too. It's very easy to do that. Check it out. It is free to download the app. You can get it in your Google Play or in the Apple App Store, and make sure you send us your CollX username and mailing address, email to us, and we will get you $10 credit that you can use towards anything in their marketplace. And I think I bought like 4 or 5 different cards with my $10, so it goes a long way.
There you go. I love it. It's good. And remember, you can bundle them together.
Bundle them as well. All right, Ted. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man. Keep up the good work. And, anytime you guys have anything new, you're always welcome to come on and talk about it. All right, pal?
Awesome. Thanks so much for having us on, Jeff.
All right. Thanks, Ted. I'll talk to you later. Do any of you list your cards for sale on eBay? I've recently signed up with the software by the name of Card Dealer Pro. They take pictures of your sports and trading cards and use artificial intelligence to write the title, description, and upload to eBay. Now, I've gone from the ability to list 10 to 20 cards to 200 to 300 plus with the help of Card Dealer Pro. Go to www.carddealerpro.com to try their software completely free for 7 days and get 500 bonus skins by using the promo code TTM500 during signup. Once again, that's TTM500. Use it at signup and get 500 additional bonus scans at www.carddealerpro to list your cards with AI today. Drew, I really love CollX, just not as because they're a sponsor of ours. You and I loved CollX way before they ever became a sponsor of our show. And I think what I love about Ted is he's very creative, he's very proactive, and they're always looking to make their app better. So I think they did it again with this AI feature, and it's just really a fun, useful app that's free for most collectors. And then they have another level, which is a paper, I think $10 per month, which is their CollX Pro. And I think Ted and his team continue to do a great job with a really cool app.
Absolutely. I mean, ever since they just came on the scene as just a way to kind of organize and identify cards in your collection, I thought that was a great app just to begin with right there. And they just keep on expanding and expanding and expanding more and more anytime they can. I mean, we've had so many stories we roll out saying, hey, they've come up with this new thing, they've come up with this new thing. You add in the AI there. I'm wondering, I mean, what can you even come up with next? And it's like, I feel like Ted probably heard that and going, oh, hold my beer. Here we go. So
yeah, just wait.
I'm anxious to see that.
He's got a ton of stuff planned, and we talked about it in the interview. So I hopefully you enjoyed my interview with Ted Mann. Guys, Saturday, we have a really great show for you. We have Tim Gallagher. Tim Gallagher is a collector. He is a basketball historian, and he works for Robert Edwards Auction. And we're going to talk to Tim about basketball, collecting basketball cards and basketball autographs. And it's a really fun interview. So that's coming up. We're going to have Les Wolf doing appraisals, giving his opinion and his review on your collectibles. So if you have something you'd like Les to give an appraisal on, and it's not an official appraisal, it's an opinion, it's a review, he will give you an idea of the worth of it and if your autograph's good. So send that stuff to us. Hopefully by noon on Thursday. If you can't do it by Thursday, we'll do it next month. But send it to us at
TTMcast@yahoo.com.
Yeah, put Les Wolf in the subject line, and we'll make sure if we don't get to it this month, we'll get to it next month. All right. Also, Ryan from GemRate.com is going to be joining us with the Big Three. I love when Ryan comes on and does the Big Three, Drew. It gives us a break.
Exactly. I was about to say, I like getting that little rest period in there, so it definitely helps.
So love Ryan from GemRate. I think that's it, Drew. You got anything else you want to add before I let you go?
No, I think we are pretty well covered on everything there, and well, hopefully the TTMs continue. I got one in this week I'll talk about on Saturday, and hopefully we'll have a few more to fill that in, because kind of getting tired of these just 1 and 2 off weeks here. So hopefully there's some more coming. Fingers crossed.
I hope so. Guys, wishing everyone many happy returns. We will see you on Saturday. Be good.